Bishop of North Carolina.
Kevin McCarthy.
McCarthy.
Welcome back to Four Faces. You probably heard already. If not, Kevin McCarthy won speakership. Finally, he won. But I'm gonna tell you, he won with a fight. I mean, literally, like almost turned into a full-blown fight.
Some type of discussion happening between McCarthy's camp and Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz just voted present for McCarthy. You can see there it looks somewhat contentious. McCarthy looks disappointed. Let's keep watching. McCarthy looks exasperated, somewhat discouraged, disappointed. I'm going to take this shot full to see if we have any sound on it. Let's listen.
McCarthy walked up to Matt Gaetz with his fist down, hands up, shoulder back, like he was ready to smack him. But, you know, Matt Gaetz wasn't taking that, and he point his finger at him. It was crazy. And then somebody had to hold back. I mean, it looked like it was going to be a huge, big thing. It really did. It really did. But let me tell you, I believe that at the end of the day, should the minority control the majority? I think that every voice should matter. You know, like I'm just putting that out there. You know, at the end of the day, I'm an independent. I'm not a Republican or Democrat, because I just believe that, you know, I don't believe in voting for a particular party, a R or a D. I believe voting for someone that's going to work for me. Because think about it, when I vote or when you vote, you are the boss. You hiring them. So why should I stagnate myself or control myself to just a R or a D, a Republican or a Democrat? Why should I do that, right? I should be able to hire anybody I want, right? I shouldn't feel that, well, they're a Democrat, they're a Republican, they're independent, I'm only gonna vote for them. Why would you do that? Would you hire someone because they got the right pair of sneakers on, right? Like, oh, I'm gonna hire this guy because he got Nikes on. I'm gonna hire this guy because he got Adidas on. Like you wouldn't want to do that, right? You want to get the best shoe you possibly can get. The same thing here. You want the best person that's going to represent you, that's going to do the job that you want them to do for you, for your own benefit, right? And that's why we have this disaster in Congress and the president. It's because we keep voting for people based on their party rather than based on whether or not they're going to do the job. For a good example is that clown in New York. Think about it. This guy lied about everything. He lied about his mama. He lied about his daddy. He lied that he one minute he's gay, next minute he's not gay. I mean, he's got people chasing him from different countries. It is a disaster. But what happened there? People voted based on party. They voted because he's a Republican. And yes, you might have some Democrats vote for him too, but the majority was what? Was Republican. And that's what happened there. So you got what you get because you hired someone. Your vote, once again, is like you're hiring someone because you're the boss when you vote. You're hiring someone based on because they have an R next to their name. Don't do it. It's a disaster every single time. We have to stop doing that. We really do. So with that being said, finally, you know, Kevin McCarthy wins. But he won after 15 votes and a couple of days later, right? But here's the other side. So here's the worst side of it all. He conceded so much that I didn't even think he should call himself speaker anymore. Think about it. Here's one of the things that I believe that he should never done, and you'll leave a comment below if you disagree, is that he literally it takes only one person, yes, one person to vote no confidence, so they have to do it all over and see if whether or not they still want him. That is stupid. That's crazy. Because think about it. Think about this. Think about this for a second. Imagine the president of the United States. He wins with 7 million votes, right? And then we have a new law enacted that says it takes only one person to say, you know what, let's do the whole election all over. Like, wouldn't that be kind of crazy? Well, that's exactly what that's exactly what McCarthy just agreed to. Like, that's crazy. Imagine that. So one person say, you know what, I don't like the way Kevin McCarthy tied his shoelace. You know what, let's do a vote of no confidence. Like, that's crazy. I mean, I'm making it sound simple as that. Obviously, it won't be as simple as that. But nevertheless, that's a situation that he just agreed to. And he agreed to a couple other things. Now, at the end of the day, no matter what bill the House present, I mean, unless it's a bipartisan bill, of course, but if it's just a bill that the Republicans present in the House, it's probably never going to pass. Because guess what? No matter what they tell you, you're going to need the Senate and you're going to need the House for any bill to pass. Of course, you need the president's signature, right? But that's depends on percentage-wise, right? You're going to need the Senate, and the Senate is controlled by the Democrats. The House is controlled by Republicans and Democrats. But now, if you have this dissension within your own party, we're talking about the Republican Party, only because of what happened lately, that they couldn't even decide on a daggone speaker. Imagine what's going to happen. Let me tell you what's going to happen. Boebert, she got an A personality. Matt Gaetz, he got an A personality. Kevin McCarthy have an A personality. By the way, these personality traits, some people will know, these are dominant type of personalities, right? This type of personality is not going to take this line down, right? Yes, Matt Gaetz conceded and Boebert conceded, not by voting for him, by just saying president. So you might as well say you voted for him. So by doing this, by him winning, they're going to have this disgruntled attitude. They're not going to like this guy. Anything he does wrong, they're going to vote no confidence, and it's going to be like this circus all over again. It's going to be crazy. Now, what's my opinion on whether or not McCarthy should have won the speakership? I think personally he shouldn't have won. And I'm saying that, like I said, I'm an independent. I just think from a boss perspective. Think about it. When, like I said before, when you vote for someone, you're the boss. And think about it. Would you think about this, what he did? This McCarthy, he demonstrated that he would do anything just to have power. He literally basically said it. He's like, oh, I deserve this position. No, you don't deserve nothing. You have to work for what you get, right? Now, you may say, well, he was there for 10 years, but did he do a good job in those 10 years? Right? I mean, just because you was minority leader and majority, minority leader in the House, whatever, for a long, extended period of time, over a decade, does that mean that you should be the guy? Maybe not. Maybe not. But my real issue with McCarthy is that he literally said, I deserve this. Like, I should get this. Like, who are you to say that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's like over 200 of you guys. Like, no other person could take that role. And this is another thing I don't understand. And this is the last thing I'm going to say. You mean to tell me that Kevin McCarthy was the only person out of over 218 people, we're talking about on the Republican side, right? On the Republican side, over 218 people, he's the only guy, the only person that can do that job. Are you kidding me? Think about it. Are you kidding me? That's a joke. That's a joke. And you know what? That is pathetic. Let me tell you something. If he's the only person that can do that job, that is pathetic. It really is. It demonstrates weakness. And I don't care even if it was a Democrat with Pelosi. I think that's also the same situation. I think there should never be a situation, especially if you're representing your state. Think about it. If Matt Gaetz, he representing Florida, right? He's got to worry about all the people that he represented in Florida. You mean to tell me you're going to send a leader to the House and say, guess what? He's good, but he's not good enough to be a speaker? Like, think about that. I'm saying that not just for Matt Gaetz, but for all the states. Maryland, New York, California, South Carolina, North Carolina. You mean to tell me all those representatives, none of them from all those states could take that job of speakership? It says a lot about power. It does. And I want you to think about that before I go. it says a lot about the fact that the power is more important than anything else. Think about this, and we need to digest that, because you're saying that this one person, whether McCarthy, Pelosi, whoever it is, that this one person, that there's no other person that can fulfill that position. That's a bunch of bull. What's really happening is that it demonstrates that money, power is what really runs things. And it's a sad situation. It really is. It's a sad situation. It really is. With that being said, this is Four Faces. Please subscribe. You know what? We'll talk.